Shada, is that you?
Yes, Father.
My time is quickly approaching. Before I go, show this to my audience.
What is it, Father?
It's what happened when I got stuck there. In that, I don't have long. Show them the tape. It'll reveal everything.
Yes, Father. I'll show them. And so, young Shada took the tape back home. I hope nobody subscribes while I'm on my way back home. What he found would haunt him forever. Alright, Dad. Let me see what happened. How do I even put this in? This guy could've Dad, you could've made this into a TikTok or something. What is this? After 10 minutes of young Shada being absolutely dumb as bricks, he found out how to put in a VHS tape. By the way, comment down below, how many of you guys know how to put in a VHS tape? Whoever I'm talking to, because I'm just the narrator. And then the TV started playing. The VHS player started playing. Ugh! How long has it been? A day? 2 days? 3 days? I don't know how long I can survive. There's no food. There's no water. And these things keep attacking me. How do I get here? How do I get here? How do I leave? Oh, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Food? What do I need that for? Isn't that why we have arms and legs and fingernails? Holy sh**, my dad was tweaking. Hope we don't lose subscribers for this. The heck? Wait, there's one more tape that I missed. What could it be? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball whadasha. Subscribe. Do. So at this point, when it comes to Yuri manga, I've seen loneliness depicted in all too many ways. You have characters who are consumed by loneliness after so many events happen to them, or characters who are by nature just lonely individuals. But spending 5,000 yen as an excuse to spend time together recontextualizes how loneliness has been presented in Yuri thus far. This whole series feels like something new. I just love these Yuri manga that bring something new to the table. You have two girls, Miyagi and Sendai, who have absolutely nothing in common. Under no basis would these individuals realistically ever speak. So something is required to close that gap, to let these two connect. Money becomes that bridge, creating nothing short of a materialistic relationship between the two. For 5,000 yen, 3 hours a week, Sendai, a girl who ranks at the top of the school hierarchy in more ways than one, submits herself to Miyagi, a girl who could be considered the complete antithesis of herself. Miyagi ranks at the bottom of the school hierarchy. She's a loser, she barely stands out. But by one lucky coincidence at the bookstore, they are unexpectedly kindled. From their encounter, a very unique relationship is constructed, one where orders are given and have no choice but to be obeyed. Miyagi, in essence, has the ability to order Sendai to do whatever she wants, with, of course, some restrictions. But despite what you think Miyagi may use this ability for, Miyagi actually uses this ability to order Sendai around in a very unique way. At school, Sendai is someone adored. She's someone who holds weight, but when she's in Miyagi's room and that status is stripped, Miyagi utilizes this ability to bring Sendai down to her level, making her lick her feet or making her read erotic manga out loud. Things that you could never imagine the perfect Sendai Hazuki doing. These orders are something that the average person would never consider doing, but Sendai, despite even having a reputation to uphold, adheres to these orders without even thinking twice, as if they were the most natural thing in the world. It's a very strange relationship. Miyagi's orders tend to not escalate sometimes, but on occasion, there's something more that can be seen in these orders. It's something difficult to name. It's not love, it's not a feeling of mutual connection, it's that overwhelming sense of loneliness. Shuukura is a manga tinged with loneliness from head to toe. Miyagi and Sendai are both very lonely individuals. And although that loneliness is yet to be explored in the manga, the story throws bits and pieces hinting at that, such as in chapter 6, where we see our first glimpses of Sendai's assimilation with the trendy students around her. What stands out to me about Shuukura is the way that the characters actually feel. Shuukura is a series that thrives on the unspoken. Very rarely do we see these characters say how they feel. However, even through that silence, there's still a hidden urge for connection. Miyagi is a good example of this. Miyagi is an ice statue. Not often is she depicted showing emotion in the web novels or the manga, and she even has a tendency to treat Sendai in a rather indifferent manner. And I mean, even in the manga, she does outright tell us that Sendai is indifferent to her. Anyone could fulfill her position. Yet she still continues to call Sendai over. She still continues to give Sendai orders. There's a hidden longing there that Miyagi refuses to accept. The same can be said for Sendai. Sendai reigns at the top of the school hierarchy. She is nothing shy of a popular high school girl. However, in order to fit that medium, she needs to wear a mask. She needs to enjoy the things that the people around her like. Boys, talk about love, etc. Things that she has no interest in. But with Miyagi, even if for a brief time, Sendai is spared from those conventions. She's allowed to ease herself. She's allowed to be herself. As strange as it is, Miyagi and Sendai both find things in one another that they would otherwise lack. Miyagi, although she would deny it left and right, finds company in Sendai. And Sendai finds a place to be herself in Miyagi's presence. All of these are things that we can gather just from the atmosphere of this manga. None of this is explicitly stated. I find that to be very unique. You don't often come across manga like this. Most times when there's a dynamic like this, information is handed on a silver platter to us by our characters. But in Shuukura, no, we don't get that. Despite this manga only having 8 chapters, and not really explicitly stating anything, there's a lot of emotions and themes going on. I didn't actually notice this until doing some research on my own, but Shuukura is kind of becoming fairly popular, and I most certainly see why. Shuukura is doing a lot of things right. It's a new rendition in the toxic Yuri space that people absolutely love. I think that, give or take, within the next year or two, Shuukura might become something special. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I think that this series has a lot of potential. Let me specify, the manga, the web novel is already too long, but I think that many Shuukura fans, after engaging with the manga, or even the web novels, will still question what Shuukura is. Is Shuukura a love story? Is Shuukura something more? And it's a valid question. When reading one of these Yuri mangas, you are of course expecting Yuri. It's in the name, it's what this manga is advertised as. So yeah, with that in mind, Shuukura is a story about love, believe it or not. Yet the intimacy in Shuukura unveils in ways that make you question what the actual does any of this have to do with love? Where is the love at? That's kind of how I've felt over these last few days. I've been binge reading the web novels. I've been trying to digest this story, get a better feel for it for when I made this video. Shuukura is one of those few Yuri that you may have to read more than once to fully grasp. There's a lot going on, whether it's in the web novel adaptation or the manga. It's a new, refreshing, and expansive take on Yuri that I would like to recommend to everyone. But again, I think Shuukura is going to appeal towards a very certain demographic of people. But again, if you're like me, and regardless of what the story contains, you just like seeing new things in the Yuri genre, then 100% check Shuukura out. I know that web novels often tend to turn people away. I get that. You know, I'm kind of one of those people, but the Shuukura web novels are very interesting. The dynamic between Sendai and Miyagi is one of a kind. You won't find anything like it very often. So again, I really think that you guys should pick up this manga. Now would be a great time while the manga is kind of still short on chapters. You can get caught up, start following along. But with that said, that's all I really have to say about Shuukura. I kind of thought about exploring the web novels in this video, but for the most part, I decided to just follow the manga. Again, it's a series with only 8 chapters. There's only so much that can be talked about here. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just like my Love Bullet video, I will be returning to Shuukura in the future. Let's say maybe like a year, maybe not even a year, maybe like 8 months, something like that. So if you guys do want that follow-up Shuukura video, please be sure to like and subscribe. I post a lot of Yuri content. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that said, I'll see all you guys in the next one.